Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim. Yat kripa tamaham vande. Shri Guru Dina Tarinam. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday our Ramapram Prabhu was asking this question. He was sharing what can be done so that this Krishna consciousness can be taken forward. Dear devotees, the first thing which we need to understand is, is to develop relationship. So what is this relationship? We should develop relationship with pure souls or acharyas, spiritual master. Now, what will be done when the relationship is developed? When we see the example of Arjuna and Krishna, it is very clearly understood that Arjuna had a problem. He had a question, and that question he didn't know the solution. As he didn't know the solution, he approached Krishna for answer. That means he tried in multiple ways, but there is no solution. When even in our life, when we see we go through difficulties, difficult situations, circumstances, and through that, what is happening? So, through those difficulties, what is happening? We are in a situation that nothing is working for us. When nothing is working for us, it is very clear for us to understand that we generally don't do what we are supposed to do. For example, when our consciousness is not right, for example, if somebody tells us something, we catch hold to that and we avoid doing other things. That means whatever we are supposed to do, we don't do that. And then we catch hold to a certain aspect in our life and then we continue holding it. So when a person is doing that, is he benefiting? Is it benefiting him? It is not benefiting him. But I'll give an example, which we discussed yesterday. Dhruva Maharaj was kept in a state that is a state of humiliation. He was humiliated. He was disrespected. He was sent out from that place. And Dhruva Maharaj was very upset with that. He was so furious that he wanted to have greater kingdom than his father to combat that. Please understand, this seriousness is very seriousness. Is very serious. The person is very, very, he really wants that. And then he goes to his mother for a solution. She was trying to pacify him, but he was not pacified. He was unable to come out of the difficult state. Then she said, Krishna is the only solution which can give solution to your problem. So you have to approach him. No one else can satisfy or quench your thirst. I'll tell another aspect. Let's say if a person is carrying money, he has a lot of money, but still it is not giving him satisfaction. So what he does is he wants to gain more. So he runs behind that. He is running so much, so much, so much, so much, but he's not getting a solution to that because he's running, but it is not it is not giving him satisfaction. Please understand this. He's thinking that that will give him satisfaction, but it is not giving him satisfaction. It's a difficult state. He's thinking it will give him satisfaction, but that is not giving. But that doesn't mean that he stopped running behind it. He's continuing to do that. Here, Arjuna had a problem, but he approached Krishna to get a solution. The problem in this material world is we have problems, but we are not looking for solutions. How and when a person's will be fulfilled, a person's consciousness is fulfilled. We don't know. For example, if a person comes to us and then is looking for a solution, if we are unable to give the solution to him, that means what is happening is his time is wasted because he's not getting a solution. For example, there is a child who goes to the school. He pays the school fees and everything. He's unable to study. That means he's unable to get the solution for his problem. Just like Dhruv Maharaj went to his mother, but he couldn't, let's say he couldn't find a solution through that. Will he stop searching? No, he will continue searching more. For example, if his mother was not giving him the solution, he would not stop at that place. He would continue doing it. Please understand. Arjuna had a problem. He found solution through Krishna. His quench was satisfied. His thirst was his thirst. He's very thirsty. He received water. That's it. There ends the matter. Likewise, if a problem is there, if a problem is there, the problem has to be fixed. Likewise, if you go to the doctor has to give you the medicine. There is no other option. The doctor is unable to do that. We will try to get that medicine from somewhere else. But definitely, we have to get the medicine. Likewise, if the process of Krishna consciousness have to be taken intensely, he should take shelter of a spiritual master. He should submit very nicely. He should be really up to the mark. There is no other option here. People say that I have the spiritual master, but still the problem is persisting. There is a reason for that. Please understand this, dear words. Pandavas had a problem, continuous problems. It's not that after some time problems have been removed. No, the problems are there. Their problems are continuous. It is not that the problem is coming and going, coming and going. It's not like that. They have problems after problems. But at every problem, they know where to find the solution because the solution is complete Krishna conscious. So, dear devotees, we have to fully understand that we should become fully Krishna conscious. And the process of surrender is not a surface process, it is a deep process. अनुकूलेन संकल्प प्रतिकूल्य से वर्जन रक्षसिति इति विश्वासो कार्पण्य आत्मसमर्पण. Six levels of surrender. Accept everything which is favorable to Krishna conscious, reject everything which is unfavorable to Krishna conscious. Krishna is my protector. He protects me at every moment. Submission to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Accepting his words as is. Atma Samarpan, full submission. When these things are done, what happens is sadhaka will get a strength to continue this process. What happens? Sadhaka will get a strength to continue what? To continue the process of Krishna consciousness. And then through that strength, what happens? His faith in the process intensifies because through continuing the process of Krishna consciousness, even though during the difficulties, what happens is sadhaka gets a faith. Through that faith, what is happening? His acceptance towards the process is intensified. And this only happens when a person feels utmost dependence with that particular person. Now I'll tell something. Tomorrow is Nirjala Ekadashi. Nirjala Ekadashi means if a person is having good, generally we do full fasting because tomorrow is Nirjal. Nirjala, that means we don't take jal tomorrow. Oh, the weather might be hot or we might be having services. No, weather is hot, services are there, still one will do Nirjala. Why? Because he is seeing the presence of the words of the spiritual master and the Lord as more superior than everything else. Because through that process, what is happening? His dependence, his submission, his smarana, his depend on those days. Upavasa means coming closer to the Lord. Upa means closer. Vasaha, Upavasaha. That means the Lord, we are trying to come closer to the Lord by taking this process. That means not consuming anything and then try to be more absorbed in our services, trying to be more absorbed in the teachings of the Lord. Now, if a person is not carrying any relationship, will he do that? He will not do that. If a person is carrying relationship, what he will do? Definitely, because this is my thing, I should do this because I want to please the Lord. Because I want to do everything for His pleasure. Dear, what is one thing, the foremost important thing one should actually check at every moment is, am I doing this for the pleasure of the Lord? That looks very minor thing, dear devotees, but this is very important. For example, I'm chanting my rounds. Generally, generally, if I'm chanting the rounds for my own thing, my own pleasure, then that is not actually pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I'm chanting the rounds irrespective of my situation, but I'm chanting also to please this particular person. Because generally, no one will act. It is very difficult for a person to chant for the pleasure of the other person unless and until he feels deep relationship with that person. If I don't fear, if I don't feel a relationship with that particular person, then I don't do that. If I don't do that, then there is no question of surrender. Now, where is the question of surrender coming? This question of surrender is too far. As those principles are not there into our consciousness, then there is no question of availing the mercy or the presence or invoking the mercy or the presence of the Lord is becomes difficult. Through that invoking mercy of the Lord, invoking their presence, when it becomes difficult, then it is difficult to share. It's not easy. But on the other side, when we see through the life of Dhruva Maharaj, the moment he heard from his mother that you should go to the forest to fulfill your desire, he immediately left because he's giving more importance to the relationship which her mother is actually extending it to him, which is another important aspect. Because not everyone will do like that. Please understand. For example, if I see in this age of Kali, we cannot do that actually. Go to the forest, do complete submission. Cannot be done. It's not recommended also. Wherever we are, sthane sitigata, through that place, we should follow these six principles of surrender. Accept everything which is favorable, reject everything which is not favorable. Rakshashiti iti vishwas. Krishna is will protect me. Karpanya. With utmost humility, follow the principles. Submitting to the words of the Lord. And Atma Samarpan. What is that? Atma Samarpan. Atma Samarpan means full conviction. I want to do this for your pleasure. Now you are my master. I cannot stay independent of you. You are my go to shelter. Actually, one should carry this. It is easy to tell these words. I'll tell another aspect. But to carry this, you should see a person who's actually doing this. And through that person, one will get that faith and conviction because one is developing a relationship with that particular person. Because he's seeing, yes, this person is very genuine, very sincere, he's taking the science of Krishna consciousness very nicely. And through that, what happens? We begin developing relationship with those personalities. With that relationship, what happens? We try to extend this truth to our family members through that person. Very important. Because we should make an every effort so that our dependents are also hearing Krishna consciousness, hearing Krishna Veda, doing the process of Shravana. Because what happens is when everyone comes together and then here, what happens is you begin to discuss. Because the truth is very powerful. The relationship through the truth is even more powerful. Because what are we discussing? We have a relationship, but what are we discussing? We're discussing the truth. This truth is not being given outside. The material schools, they don't teach these things. At our school, we focus on the principles. We focus on qualities because we focus on the habits. We teach them the Vedic, we teach them the values. We give them the qualities which is being given in Bhagavad Gita. So children will learn that. We tell them what is important, what is not important, how to respect elders, how to accept their words. Give them the value-based education. So what is all this? What is all this giving? What is all this doing? The child will be changed within few years. The child will be transformed. So through that relationship, what happens is the child will continue taking the signs of Krishna consciousness moving forward. Because what he learned the importance of taking relationship serious. Now, through that relationship, what is happening? His bhakti is intensified. He is no longer running behind so many other things of this world, but he is moving in the right direction, accepting everything as he is. Dear devotees, this is so important. Please think about this. After our discussion, think about this. Dhruva Maharaj, the moment his mother told that, he accepted the dear devotees. Please understand. Just like Srila Prabhupada came into this material world and then he told his disciples or so or who were very close to him, they followed him as is. That means the power of submission is very important. That is missing actually in this world. Please understand this, dear devotees. The power of submission is actually missing in this world. When the submission is missed, what is happening? Please see, the moment his mother told him, gave him the solution, he didn't see Krishna at that time, but he accepted her words. This is a relationship. Whoever accepts the words of the spiritual master and the acharyas as is, they will be benefited in this world. They will understand the essence of Krishna consciousness. But whoever doesn't accept that, they will not understand. Arjuna accepted, Pandavas accepted, Dromara accepted, Prahlad Maharaj accepted, Srila Prabhupada's disciples, followers, they accepted. They got benefited. I know wonderful souls who take the science of Krishna consciousness, go to their heart, they get benefited so much for that. They are not afflicted by the so-called anxieties of this world. They are fully focused. And then they move forward in their Krishna consciousness without any issues, without any problem. That's why Krishna consciousness is the greatest science. Whoever takes this process with utmost submission, they are the persons who will be benefited. And that is also one of the limb in the process of surrender, acceptance. Please understand, accepting everything which is favorable, rejecting everything which is not favorable. This is so much in that. That means at every moment the person has to feel that relationship with the spiritual master, with the acharyas, with the Lord. And you should feel that I cannot do this. I cannot do this because this is not pleasing. Oh, Prabhupada told like this. My spiritual master told me like this. So through that submission, I'll just accept what is favorable. I'll reject everything which is not favorable. Please understand, through what is this submission doing is, this submission is actually saving us millions of lifetimes. The submission seems to be small, but that's heavy. That's a lot actually. It's not that easy to submit. As this submission is not that deep end, we feeling the process of Krishna conscious because there's a gap. But what we should do is from our side, we should continue practicing sincerely. and then we should do the best for our dependents. That means what is the best? We should see that they are also connected to the process of Shavana nicely. And we should ask questions. This is a problem. What can be done? So go find that person and you should ask questions. This is a situation. What can be done? This is my position. What can be done? What should be done in this particular moment? This is a dialogue. This is a condition of just like Arjuna had a dilemma. He goes and then asks Krishna. So we should have go and ask that person where we feel that the relationship is there. We should put a message to them. This is a situation. What can be done? Through that, slowly, what is happening is the relationship is intensified, and then we get the answers. When we follow, we get the results. As simple as that. Because every person is unique. The medicine is also unique. General instructions will be given in the class. Specific instruction will be given through individual only. Very, very important. This has to be done. When those specific instructions were asked, then we know what the situation is and then what is the real solution for this particular problem. We meet devotees. We understand their situation and then try to give the best solution for them through relationship. We extend the relationship and then through the relationship we give them the solution. Just like Dhruv Maharaj's mother gave the solution to Dhruv Maharaj because she has a relationship with Dhruv Maharaj. And Dhruv Maharaj is also in a position to accept the words of his mother. If the relationship is not there, then acceptance cannot be accomplished. Just like Krishna, he was actually doing the pastimes of Brahma Vimohan Leela because that is the desire of all the Brijavasis. Because Brijavasis were desiring that, oh my dear Lord, we want to have intimate relationship with you. Then Krishna found this time or situation or the position. And then he himself went to every home. And that 1 year, the Brijavasis were so happy. The happiness is at the pinnacle because Krishna is himself present with them. Because that desire, that relationship which they are seeing, which they are extending, that is the secret of success. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. I have to head out. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so very much for explaining so nicely. I learned a very good few points as to how to handle this situation as far as relationship with family members to pursue for the encouraging them in Krishna consciousness. We'll apply everything, Prabhuji. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. I'll stop here. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll continue
Jai.
tomorrow. Sorry I was a little late today. I was in between and then I got stuck. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare
Jai.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna and Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining today on our Satya Bhavadavani. Thanks so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Karina. Please continue. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. जब विष्णुपदा प्रभु सपरिव राजकचार्य शरत शीश मरे से भक्तिआनंद समय राज स्वपार की जय
Jai.
इसका भगवती वाणिचार्य स्वपार की जय
Jai.
जब विष्णुपदा परम सपरिव राजकचार्य शरत शीश मर भक्ति सनंद सरस्कर समय राज स्वपार की जय
Jai.
आनंद कति विष्णुवंद की जय
Jai.
मचर की जय
Jai.
परम से श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद शिव गदाधर शिव श्री गौर भक्तवृंद की जय
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपीनाथ श्यामोदर गंगरी वर्णन की जय
Jai.
श्री मायापुर धाम की जय
Jai.
श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री
Jai.
जगन्नाथपुरी की जय
Jai.
गंगा माया की जय
Jai.
यमुना माया की जय
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की जय
Jai.
भक्ति देवी की जय
Jai.
Jai.
Shri Ram Sankirtan ki jai.
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 Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
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 Nitya Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Bol.
All glories to Samandavati Sri Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
All glories to Samandavati Sri Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
All glories to Samandavati Sri Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namami Shambhara Krishna Mishra Bhutala Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Bicharani Nirvishri Vari Pashtadhisharani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Tagrada Shri Sri Gaura Bhaktivinda Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangamlam Kadegan Mekripadamam Vande Shri Guru Niranam Paramanandavadam Shri Shrishnam Kadve Gaurachan Radhikatarale Krishna Krishna Bhaktai Bhaktai Namo Namaha Panchakop Shakri Pisme Vichapaditanam Pavarim Vaishnavi Namo Hare Krishna, everyone. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Krishna Mata Ji ki jai.
Jai.
Ki jai. Nilkut ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandava Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Subala Gopal Prabhuji ki jai, Ramay Pran
Hare
Prabhuji ki
Krishna.
jai,
Jai.
all devotees ki jai.
Ki Jai.
Jai
Srila
Shri
Prabhupada Maharaj ki
Jai.
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 Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.